Hello, friends. The year is winding down. The year so many of us were not sure how we were going to get through is mercifully coming to an end. While the virus is still wreaking havoc, there is an optimism in the air as the first wave of essential health workers are being vaccinated. The end of the year is a good excuse to take stock. What have we learned from this 9 months of pandemic? Without denying the challenge of separation, distance, and diminished physical contact, so many of us have spent so much more time on Zoom with relatives and friends we weren't really in contact with before the pandemic. In our community, so many people have told me that they invited their immediate and extended family members to our High Holy Day services, and were able to share these holidays together in ways that they had never experienced before. We have many more people attending our virtual Shabbat evening services than ever before. While we look forward sooner than later to being able to gather together on Friday nights, I think we will always be streaming these services to allow people who aren't able to physically be with us to celebrate Shabbat to be able to join in communal prayer. For some, these rituals of connecting on Shabbat, albeit virtually, have had an anchoring power in the midst of the chaos and turmoil in our daily lives and on our psyches. So many of our family and friends are experiencing anxiety, loneliness, and distress. Take a moment to think about someone in your life who may be struggling. Sometimes the gift of compassionate listening can be a difference maker for someone feeling isolated and alone. Simple acts of kindness can alter a person's feeling of separation and are powerful reminders of our precious interconnectedness. Might consider opening up our online members directory. It's on our website. Take a moment, call someone you might not be friends with, but perhaps you're become acquainted with, and just check in and see how they're doing. You might be surprised at how good it feels to reach out and connect with someone in the community who might be in need. We can't always know how much it means to someone who's feeling down or in need of contact. Some of us are using this time to review our life choices, our habits of travel, entertainment, and consumerism. It's surprising to some of us to realize that we are cooking more out of necessity, but that we are eating healthier and spending our resources differently. We have the time to hold questions that many of us did not believe we had the bandwidth to consider previously. Questions like, what really serves me? What have I let go of during this time that I discovered I really do not need? What is really important to me? Who do I need to spend more time with? What do I want to do with this precious time that is my life? It is ironic that while the virus has attacked people's lungs, the planet is breathing easier. We have all heard stories of the environment returning to a more natural state. Our staying put has given the earth a much-needed rest. Many of us are attending classes we thought we never had time for. We're getting on webinars and other engaged learning opportunities. The contemporary American Buddhist teacher Jack Kornfield has written, "The veils of separation are parting, and the reality of interconnection is apparent to everyone on earth. We have needed this pause, perhaps even needed our isolation, to see how much we need one another. End quote. So many of us are gaining a new perspective about things we've taken for granted for so long. The gift of human contact, the power of a hug, the delight in simply being together with friends. As we move into 2021 and we get closer to being able to be together again in ways that we all miss so much, we will be challenged to hold on to the gratitude for all of these things that we have had to manage without during the past year. As we prepare to re-engage a world that has been, in many ways, in hibernation for the better part of a year, it seems that it would be worthwhile to think about what we have learned from this most challenging time and what it is that we want to take away from it. If you have thoughts about this, I would really appreciate hearing from you. You know, in the Jewish tradition, separation is a holy thing. Havdalah, the ritual of coming out of Shabbat and re-entering the week, means separation. Our people have always believed that separation had something important to teach us. So let's do some careful listening and reflection and share our thoughts with one another. Stay safe and be well. Shalom uvracha.